our boy Ricky Council the fourth, dude,
There we
he's been
go.
fun. He's been fun. I like that kid, man. I think he's good. I think he's not only like good, he's got that like there's some he said it himself, like some people say they're about it. Some people like to act like they're about it. Like I'm really about it. Ricky Council's really about that action, dude. He's ready to be out there any night. Like no moment too big. He's ready to show up. And I've been really loving what I'm seeing from him. I know we all like originally loved Turquavion Smith a lot.
Still a
Physically, I
Turk
don't
guy. Still a
still a
Turk
Turk
guy,
guy.
by the
No,
way. Yeah.
absolutely like you're right to be a Turk guy. You're on that for sure. Ricky Council physically
Yeah.
much more ready to play in the NBA right now. And that's because he is older, right? He played 4 years at Arkansas and he kind of just has that like thing about him where he's just like aggressive as hell. And that's a great thing. Like it's a great
Yeah.
thing to have about you. So like I could see some random night where it's like, oh shit, dude, I don't know. Like we don't got much going on. We need a little bit of a spark. Like Ricky, go give me 3 minutes of the toughest basketball you've ever played and
He
he's going
will.
to give that to you. And I think that's like a really nice guy to have on the bench and something that like when you think about moving on from Jaden Springer, and a lot of people had mixed feelings about that. Like Ricky's just moving right up and taking those minutes, and he's more of a ready player right now than Jaden Springer is, and that's important. So
Yeah.
love Ricky. I don't know if he like. I'm sure there's a lot of games that he won't play, but for the time being, he's been super fun to watch, and that evolution of his game has been really enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm curious. I want to get your NBA player comp for him because I threw one out on the on Fox Sports The Gambler with Sean Braced on picks and roll. Curious if you think of a similar name, but just to speak on Ricky Council the fourth a little more, he is fearless and he does have an incredibly high motor, and that's probably the calling card in his game to this point. But there is like some offensive bag to him. Some of those Euro steps that he's busting
Yeah.
out are the real deal. And I know he tweeted out the video of him going through his pregame routine that I said I
Yeah.
genuinely think this is like the hardest I've ever seen an NBA player go through a shooting routine. Him just like sprinting out to the perimeter to shoot a three and like just sprinting out, attacking the
Yeah.
rim in a way. It's like this is warm ups, man. So I love that about him. What do you have as an NBA player comp for Ricky Council before?
Oh, dude, that's a tough one because he is just like he's not you know what I love about it? It's like he's not a great jump shooter. I know that was like his biggest thing. He's not afraid to pull it though.
Looks better
Um,
too. It by far looks better than it did in college.
100%. Um, I don't know, dude. A player comp. Did you have one in mind?
Bruce Brown was who I laid out for him. That
I like that. I
I
like that because
to I think it's his energy is his
yeah,
calling card as a skill set right now. Who knows what it ultimately proves out to be, but like on the offensive glass, the way that he's competing specifically has really popped to my eyes. And he's also like he's got a little like last night when Bam Adebayo kept trying to set high screens on him. He's like putting an elbow in Bam's chest every time
yeah.
he's going through one of those, and it's like I like that kind of stuff. I notice that kind of stuff, and shout out Ricky, I guess.
Yeah, no, for sure. I would agree with that. Like that type of player where he doesn't have like necessarily like a defining skill, like good defender, good rim pressure, but doesn't like have the handle to get there all the time. He's just a bulldog. He
Yeah,
like when he wants to get to the rim, he's gonna find a way to get there. The play in Washington where Kuzma blocked him, he just went and got the ball and then went right back at Kuzma's chest. Like that's one of the plays that sticks out to me where it's just like he was not gonna be denied. No
yeah,
matter what, he was gonna get the ball and he's gonna put it in. Then he's gonna flex and yell at you at the baseline. And you need those guys. You really, really need those guys, especially in a time like this where guys are injured and you might be in a lull. Like having a Ricky Council coming out party was awesome. And I'm hopeful for him. Maybe it's not this year, but he should get converted. Like they should. I don't know what they'll do with these last two roster spots.
yeah.
He should get converted to a full-time role.
I was about to bring that up. Is I've now kind of dug my heels in that I'm comfortable enough going through the rest of the season with Paul Reed and Mo Bamba as the big man options. I
It
would
is what it
rather
is.
do that. Yeah, it is what it is. I'd rather do that and use one of these two remaining roster spots instead of going after a big and just hoping that they have some sort of life left in their legs. There's nobody out there that jumps out to me when I just look at the available options, like a Nerlens Noel reunion or Robin Lopez on a buyout or guys like that.
Ugh.
I just don't see any of that helping the team that much. Ricky Council is a guy I want to be available on a night by night basis. He's too good to play in the G League. He looks phenomenal down there. Ink him to one of these Sam Hinkie special 4 years, 6 point whatever million, which by year 3 and 4 is like this is one of the best bargain deals in the entire NBA. So I think the Sixers should absolutely do that. and move toward. I still expect Danny Green to likely sign that, at least one of the 2-3-1s. It feels one of the two remaining spots. It feels like that's destined to happen. And whatever, Danny's good vibes guy. Danny
Bring him
can still
home, baby.
shoot. Yeah, bring him home. I'll take it. But yeah, I am fully on board with Ricky Council locking up one of those full-time spots.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's earned it. Like these guys only get so many chances to prove themselves, and you know, it wasn't just these garbage time minutes that he had originally been getting. These were real time big moments for him, and you know, albeit a Wizards game in February, like as pointless and maybe like momentumless as that may seem, that was the biggest night of his career.
Yeah,
And that's freaking cool. For him and for the team to be able to like kind of jump on his shoulders for the last couple of minutes. And you know, that's one of
the
those
free
nights that
throws
you're just
against the
like
Cavs.
the
The
free
free
throws
throws against
against
the Cavs.
the whole thing, dude. And all of this kind of cultivating in the last week or so. I think it'd be really cool for him to get that, you know, the not only the recognition, but the real time like money and the whole situation for him. It'd be really cool for him. And you know, that 15th roster spot is not going to be changing your championship odds one way or another. I think it's worthwhile to reward one of the guys that has come up through your system and prove to be a good basketball player and well enough to be a real-time rotation player. And also something I think Daryl Morey would like to like kind of pat himself on the shoulder to be like, hey, all these second round picks that we traded and everyone talking about, oh, why'd you do this, or this? We can trade these second round picks. I can pick up whoever I want post draft. These two guys that I picked up for free as you undrafted free agents are now like getting minutes for us. I think that's also
Yeah,
something that he's probably being like, hey man, I did a good job. And good for him because he did. So I think it's all like good stuff all around. So good job, Daryl. Good job, you know, Ricky and Turk Smith too to show your boy some love.